Well, pardon me. The thing just started without me being ready. B.
Start over.
No, we can roll it.
Where?
We are here in front of the jacuzzi in our robes. Going to report on day 2. You know, this is the morning of day 3. Insert video or video from day 2 morning as I was on the balcony. I insert that right here. Not right there, but anyway, I get it. At some point y'all see it.
Don't drag us for this for long.
Excuse me?
We haven't been doing videos about it's not what it's supposed to be.
Well,
I haven't been helping out.
we're here. We what do we do? We
went and saw. Well, we went to the water park yesterday,
water park.
and then we went and saw wrestling. Sucked. Food, amazing. First off, we had reservations at a Japanese place at 9 o'clock. 9, okay? It's gonna be important. The wrestling starts at 7. We get there, and they have whole spread on this side, whole spread on this side, and desserts, ice cream, and churros on this side.
They had some other stuff that we didn't get to see.
We didn't even get to go see all the way down on the end. Our plates were full. Why are we eating at 7 o'clock when we know we got reservations at 9? Well, because the food looked amazing. And it tastes amazing too.
It was good. You know, I'm particular in my new stomach. I'm particular about what I can eat and how much I can eat. So I was just bits and pieces here and there. What we found out is that, well, we knew this because we said this before. We knew that you can not wait to get reservations the day of. So you want to try to prep your reservations in advance. But what we did not know, which we have to consider, is the fact that it's a resort. So it's a million people here. So they have to have other options for people to eat. So when they have these
They're
different
at
events,
100% capacity.
yeah, with the other events going on, they provide you food. Let's get a review of Michael Jackson review.
Oh, y'all.
We did make it to Michael.
Let me tell y'all something. That was not Michael. That was Javier Salvatore.
I call him Carlos.
No, you called him something.
No, I called him
Alejandro.
Alejandro. Yeah.
Bless his soul, okay? He knew 3 of Michael's moves, and he was gonna give them to you every 5 seconds. No matter if they was giving you old Michael or new Michael, he was still doing the new Michael dance or the "this is it" pose. No, you need to study a little bit more. My baby's middle school teacher could have taught him that Thriller. They messed Thriller
Thriller
up.
was bad.
Thriller was bad. It was entertaining though to see what folks think about us. However, his backup dancers, as my baby said, didn't realize that they was backup dancers and it wasn't their time to shine because they was giving it. They was serving in the back. Now I will say I kept commenting on these little girls. It was like 3 boys and 2 girls. Now the girls, it's a family show. Why is your cheeks out? Why you have thongs on? Huh? 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 Put them up. The babies are here.
She had dunk in the trunk too. She was right in the rear. But she had a song on and she let it fly. But it was again, it was a new experience. They had food there as well. If you come to the Moon Palace and you in Cancun and you come to see the
Moon Palace, the Grand.
The Grand. Well, all 3 of them in Cancun.
What? We can't speak on the Moon Palace. We ain't there.
The Moon Palace.
The Grand.
But is it the other 2? We'll talk about that off camera. Then that was a pretty good review. We did that yesterday. The first day. Yesterday also with the wrestling, they have food like she said.
Oh wait, there was a singer before Michael Jackson.
Look, the opening act. She was trying to give him it. She gave it if she cared too. She was giving it all.
When I tell y'all, she started singing, and I was like, I know that song. I don't think it go like that. She was doing covers. and bless her soul, she got to singing I Wanna Dance With Somebody. We was listening, like, I know that song. Riley was like, that sounds familiar. And then she get to the hook, and that's when you realize you don't know these words. Because when you singing them slow and not with the regular rhythm, and you don't know the song, I didn't know the words, okay?
I have told my daughter several times, a quote from Steve Harvey, you cannot know you and cannot know the song. They don't gonna go well. They don't go well at all.
But she was doing her thing with her gold Tina Turner dress. She was doing all right. She did okay.
You know, so the wrestling yesterday. I mean, we all know that wrestling is fake.
What do we do after the Michael Jackson? Oh, we did a little competitive game of air hockey. The machine tried to cheat us. My daddy beat us all.
Yeah, because we didn't know how the game was going to work. They give you 5 games. And said, I think it said tries, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You 5 games. We didn't know the game went to 7. So
You go to 6 or you have to win by 2.
It was a 7.
Cause when I beat Riley, you'll beat her in 6.
It did not. And this is when you finish my statement. You had 6-5 to start blinking. You thought the game was over. It was not. And then me and Riley started to play. I scored it for Scab 7. That ended the game. So that's why.
It gave you like a 45-second time countdown, something like that. I'm talking about after it starts blinking, it'll give you a countdown.
Not that they come into later on. This is what we didn't understand what was going on until we started playing. So Bianca was beating Riley 6-5. She started to blink and it was telling you it was game point. And then I started to play because we thought it was over. And then I scored and beat Riley 7-5 at one point. And then we played again. And then she beat me. Then my father, no. I think
play y'all again. Then you and Daddy play.
Okay. We played a game though. We played a full game. And then maybe she beat me, and then me and my father-in-law played. He beat me on a sudden death point because it was close, and then he scored right before the time was going down. He scored, and then the puck was on the field, or whatever you want to call it, on the table. And then as soon as the time expired, I scored.
Don't count.
Don't count. So he gets the win.
Buzzer beater.
And then Bianca played me, and then I can't remember how
we tied, and so then the game extended, and it was right before the time expired. He had my point didn't count on there, because then I was like, well, what's about to happen? Because we were at a tie again, and then he scored.
Yeah, because she was asking a question to
I
Riley.
was asking a question to Riley, and then my daddy took a cheap shot, and he scored, and then it went and ended. And him and Riley were playing, and then the air stopped. That's how we found out we only could do 5 games.
Yeah.
Oops, we ended up.
So, but it was a pretty good experience. It was in the Wired Lounge.
The teens lounge.
We
They got Xboxes and all kind of things.
Stuff. They got the little. We get to do the hoop, the basketball hoop, but we'll try to maybe do that later on. But it was a pretty good experience at the first night. The wrestling.
Yesterday, the wrestling was sus. I was like, how you gonna let this man beat you like that? And then they taking their hands and pulling and then pull. I was like, y'all.
So it's choreographed as we know, but it wasn't even good choreographed.
I was about to say, they was not giving WWE.
It was almost like he picked his leg up one time to kick him like he was gonna kick him in the groin. He kicked him in the back of the thigh, but the man was holding his privates like he kicked him, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then he threw a punch.
Yeah, he blocked it early. Oh my God.
It was hilarious. It was a good, funny time. Then the fans were rooting for one of which we didn't know who the villain was. Usually, you have a heel and you have the favorite, the hero. But I couldn't tell. The person we thought was gonna win did not win.
We was like, oh, he's gonna come back, like they do regularly. He came back.
The best thing about it, even though the choreography was bad, the best part was the referee, who, when they would go try to pin each other, earlier on he would go 1, 2. He took forever to get to the ground to even start counting. He got down to the ground, started checking stuff. 1, 2. But when it's about to be over, 1, 2, 3, or uno, dos, tres.
Yes.
It was very quick, very, very quick. I was like, oh, I guess that's over. So,
And then they was about to have another one, but we needed to get to our reservation,
Yes.
so that was over.
yes. Jade was a good little restaurant, I guess, if you like, what's the stuff y'all eat?
Sushi,
Sushi and things like that. There are a lot of options on that, cold and hot.
appetizers. It was good.
I was gonna get the
I forgot
wagyu
to
beef.
ask Daddy how he liked his fried rice. But of course, we had just eaten, so he didn't eat it all.
My chicken, almond chicken was interesting. It wasn't, I mean, I might have,
Interesting.
because it wasn't like it was,
It looked like
I probably got
sesame
something
chicken
with
or
some
something.
rice in it or something. Because it wasn't any else in it. It was chicken, and then it had the shaved almonds, and then it had the vegetables and the sauce or whatever. The best part was probably the sauce, and then of course we had already eaten, so I wasn't really hungry. The chicken was okay, but it wasn't. All in all, I would not have. It was an experience. I'll just put it like that. It was an experience. Not that it was bad. It just was an experience. I mean, this is a miracle, because before this would have never fit this close. I can see a little bit like you got it all covered up. It's almost covered up. Exposing myself, give you a little shoulder, take it back.
You got me snorting. Oh my goodness. I had the teriyaki salmon. Very good.
Which still was the weird thing. Okay, so I mean, there's nothing wrong with the resort at all. It's just little weird things happen. Like we got there late, forgot to give us table napkins. So we sitting there and our appetizer, and I'm
Y'all
like,
didn't have no cups.
yeah, we didn't have no cups. Like they weren't prepared. You
They
gotta
didn't reset the table right. That's all.
Yeah, and then but we ordered our appetizer, and you know, it's free, it's all inclusive, so there's no big deal with that. But then they brought out the salmon immediately. I think you ordered it. No, well, not immediately, but you know, it was came out.
First. Mine came out first, and I was sitting there like, so do I wait on you all?
And then we didn't have anything that would have took extra time to cook, like a steak and things like that. No, it was just regular dishes, so we could have brought them all out together. It was
My
like
salmon was good. I think that they could have cooked my carrots down a little bit. When you eating with like a sauce, they like zucchini, you want your carrots not to be crunchy too. Like either you're gonna be cooked or raw. Pick one.
And I think that, and then this is just our bias, I should say bias, but our Americanized viewpoints on certain things.
For sure.
Because, like even at the tables or even the bottled waters, they don't have them. Some people don't like cold stuff, so they don't have like ice in them automatically. So it's almost everything's room temperature with the waters. And just little small little details that we as Americans may, I don't want to say take for granted, or our standards and things of that nature. All overall, I still think it's, I mean, if you were to put on a scale of 1 to 10, I think the experience so far is still 9. The small little hiccups are not significant to where we be like, oh, I hated this part, or this isn't do well. And I think the things that I missed out on, like yesterday with the water park, being as 4 of us, having the seating with it being a full capacity location, you know, you're gonna have spring breaking of the kids or whatever, so it's a lot of kids, a lot of traffic, a lot of people. So everything's gonna take a little bit longer. That wasn't an issue. The seating in certain areas. So yesterday, I had planned on potentially doing one of the slides, but I didn't want to walk up all those stairs, you know, do it. So that kind of dampened that opportunity. And then I didn't get in the water at all because when we finally found seats, and because of trying to order food, because we hadn't eaten since breakfast at that point, trying to order food, the risk of losing our space to sit down outweighed me being able to get into the water. And then of course I went and ordered, my wife and daughter was in the water, and then I was like, well, let me order them something as well.
He was thinking of us.
And they didn't have their phones, they had on them or whatever, they had their watches, and then I tried to send them a message, but by the time they got the message, they came back and ordered as well. So we had a stack of plates like this
We
high.
started to come up there where y'all was and ask first, but then the line was so, it was only one person. So he was like, let me go ahead and just pop into the line. But as we were waiting there, Riley was like, should I go ask Daddy now while we waiting? And then as soon as she was about to go do that, they opened the door. They could take our order. So I was just like, well, let's just order, and then we'll order him something just in case he hasn't ordered any food, which I was just like, he has to have ordered food, but I didn't know that he ordered us food.
Cause I initially went down there, I was like, I can just order me something, and because I didn't know what y'all wanted, and I was looking at the menu like, Bianca's gonna want, well, you got, it was like a snack bar, it wasn't like it was like a full menu, so when I seen the options, I knew you wanted a al pastor or something.
Taco.
They had a quesadilla and a taco, and I was like, she's gonna want that. And I said, Riley staple hamburger hot dog. I'm saying I can't eat that much. I was like,
so she threw you off when she got an al pastor quesadilla.
yes. When she, I mean, I would never order that for her.
Right. She's out. She's getting out the box.
It's good.
She getting a little bougie.
What I messed up on, I also had onion rings, and then I also was ordering the wings, chicken wings, which I still haven't had any chicken wings yet since I've been here, which is going to come eventually. So when I did the order, I'm like, I'm going to order for everybody. And the people in front of me, just gave us a line when I was there. They had told them, two people in front of me, they told them 45 minutes. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be at least 45 minutes to an hour. No big deal. Then in the water, whatever. And then I put all this ordering in. These told me 30 minutes. I forgot my wings. I was like, 30 minutes? But again, I only have a hot dog hamburger, which probably makes them in kind of a bulk. They get fries in bulk. And then the pastor chicken and burrito that I was ordering, or tacos or whatever, was probably what they had to put together, but they had to wait for the other orders to get done because they got to my orders. That's why it was 30 minutes. I was like, that's pretty quick. When I told my father-in-law had already ordered, he's like, it's a long line, they slow. Well, it's not that they're slow, they're just trying to get all this stuff prepared on the grill or whatnot. And he said they had told him 15 minutes, I think. So I went after he came back and he was eating or whatever, and they told me 30. And then when Bianca and them went, like maybe 2 minutes later, when they went, they told them 20 minutes. So by the time I went to go pick up my food, and because we had ordered some of the similar things, I went ahead and changed my order. I was like, well, cancel the one that I had, because the quesadillas and the taco wasn't ready for mine. I was like, well, they already ordered that, so just cancel that portion, and then just keep the other portion in, and we'll just take that. But it was, I mean, the hot dog was fire. Even though I didn't know that it had the Thousand Island on it, it was still good.
Thousand Island and some relish. I would have never thought to put that on my hot dog, but it is good.
It was really good. Again, some of these things are, I guess in a way, if you're gonna elevate a snack, a hot dog, it's a very good hot dog. Very good hot dog. Like this is the second time we've had one. I had one at the buffet the first day, and one yesterday. Very good. The burger's pretty good too. I ain't had no ketchup mustard on it for real to the last couple of bites because I didn't pick it up. But anyway, so I didn't get to get in the water, so that was a little bit of a bummer. We watched people. We also,
all right. We pool hopping today.
Well, I didn't see it because I was getting the food, but we had 4 chairs. The whole reason why I didn't get in the water is because I was trying to keep these 4 chairs, and my father-in-law was in line getting food. So people were coming and asking, can I use these chairs? And I was like, no, I'm holding them or whatever. So I went back to order the food. By the time I come back, my father-in-law just sitting there eating and gave up our chairs. And I'm like, what is going on? Why he gave up the chairs? The whole reason why I'm holding them for. Then I seen there was an emergency situation. There was a man with a wrap around his arm.
We came back. Now, let me start off. Riley said that there's a surf simulator thing. And she was like, oh, I would try that. And I'm thinking to myself, Riley don't really do water. And for her to be able to wipe out and go up, she would lose her mind. So I said, well, why don't we watch it first? Just to make sure. So I don't want to tell her no. But I was like, why don't we watch it first? No.
Get exposed.
Yeah, you are. This ain't that type of video. But I was like, when we watch it first or whatever. So once she sees it, when we were on the cart to come to the water park, she was like, yeah, no, I ain't going on there. So then it was even more a no when we came back. And I said, is that man hurt? And so they have wrapped him around his ribs, wrapped him up there on his arm. Because apparently he hurt his shoulder, but he hurt something below too.
He hurt his shoulder and his arm.
But he hurt something on his body too, because they had an ice pack wrapped around in his wrap. So I don't know. So here's what I'm saying. When you're older, some things you can't do what the kids do. Now my daddy ain't right because he was laughing at that man.
Oh, you didn't hear the conversations we was here.
By the time he was telling me, he was still yet laughing. He said, I wasn't gonna laugh at that man until he bounced over there on the way. Because there is a side that, you know, they stand up and then you act like you ride the wave. So the water is going up so that you can match the current and ride it. The other side of that, you're on a board, you're laying down, and then, or yeah, a boogie board, whatever, you holding on and you're getting used to the feel of the water. Apparently this poor man done bopped from over here all the way over here, hit this wall. And then they were like, are you okay? He done gave a thumbs up, but he hadn't got up. So when they finally got him up, that's when EMS and lifeguards and things were over there. And
not EMS, because it was not EMS. Not EMS. This is where I collected the story.
AMASA?
It was lifeguards. They don't have no EMS.
They're trained.
Let me tell you.
They had a bag that was in one of their chairs.
Okay, let me tell you what the story was of these people. These just lifeguards. These are some guys. They just guys in white shirts.
There was a resort specialist. She was like HR or whatever.
This is the team Mike went there.
Okay.
So when I first came up, they sitting there with him. He had them wrapped up in this little small little gauze type wrap initially. And they sitting there and he's like, you okay? He was like, no. And then, so the first guy was there, and then he was sitting there and he wrapped him or whatever. Then he said it was too tight. He's still having pains. He's like, just sit there. Then at one point they had him stand up, like he was like dizzy. He was sitting there kind of low. He was dizzy, and then it'll call another guy over. Other guy comes over. They changed it, put a different wrap on him, a little more thicker wrap. And then he sat there, and then he said, it still hurts pretty bad. So they had him stand up, and trying to have him stand up straight up and stretch his arm out or whatever, stretch his back out. And then he just kept saying he was in pain. I'm in pain. And then he set him down. One of the guys asked him if he wants some water. And the guy asked, they had their back to him. They were sitting behind him. And I'm sitting about here, and he's here. So they're sitting behind him, and he says, can I get some water? He's like, he can't turn around. Can I get some water? And they didn't pay attention to him. So I said, hey, sir, hey, he's trying to get your attention. So he said, oh, what you need? He said, can I get some water? So he's Indian, and the lifeguard is Hispanic, Mexican or whatnot. And it was clear water. It was very clear. No, it was clear water.
Okay.
And he was like, what do you need? And then I think he heard him. He understood. So he went to the bartender, the bar, which was right below us. He was like telling them or something or whatever. Then the other guy was standing there and said, you want tequila?
No, tequila and water are not the same thing.
So then the guy was like, what? And then so he said it again, you want tequila? And then he kind of laughs and looked at me and laughs and smiles. And I was
like, tequila gonna take all that pain away. So then, don't you worry, don't you fret.
He told the other lifeguard he wants tequila. And then cracks up laughing. Mind you, this man is still sitting here in pain. He's dying. So then the man turns around, the first lifeguard turns around again and was like, ask him again. He's like, water. He's like, oh, water, okay. So then the other guy, again, goes back to trying to get the attention of the bartenders. They give him water. Other lifeguard didn't give two damns. He cracking up. The man had already said, I'm hurt still. He says, I need to go to the hospital. It was maybe, what, 20 minutes before, 20 minutes later? No, he said the hospital. He was a kid. This all happened before they even got there.
Because he was still yet being wrapped up when we got there.
That was like second or third wrap.
He was wrapped 4 times by when I thought he was there. I was just like, what are y'all doing?
They kept wrapping, they kept sending him up.
I can't get hurt by these lifeguards.
And he was talking about his wrist was still twisted or whatever. Her arm was still twisted. And
again, you shouldn't have had your happy tail in that little simulator. That's for the kids.
Before you all came up here, he had already asked for the hospital. That's the time the lady came and the other man.
Was they trying to talk him out of going to the hospital?
I think they was trying to figure out the timing to get him there. How long it was going to take to get him there, and where they taking him to, is what I'm thinking. So, again, I don't know.
Something got to be broke for me to go to the hospital here. I know, that's what I'm saying is, if you ask it for a hospital, it is urgent. It is not a laughing tequila moment.
A hospital. On vacation.
In Mexico.
In Mexico.
I don't understand what none of y'all saying, because they probably got to figure out somebody who speaks enough English to go with him, because if you get to that hospital and you don't speak Spanish, you're screwed. And who's bringing me back?
All of that taken into consideration. So I'm talking to Riley like, this is crazy.
Was his wife there earlier on?
No.
Okay.
It was just him. She came?
She came, okay. And the daughter came. So he has a daughter. She probably looked to be about 7, I would guess. You know, it's just a little small thing. And she in tears looking at her daddy wrapped up like, what in the world?
I see that part.
She looked like I was over there gallivanting in the water. What happened, Daddy?
I see that.
Her eyes all welled up. And she's like, are you okay?
No, he's not okay.
She's scared to touch him, and she's like, I was like, yeah, that'd be Riley right there. Like, what's wrong with my daddy?
So Riley asked me, how long has it been? I said, it's been 20 minutes. My food's about to be ready. So by the time they walked away, she was like 40 minutes to get him to head towards the hospital.
And may not still be going. They might be going to paperwork.
I don't know. But it was 40 minutes at minimum, 40 minutes to an hour from him getting injured, because I didn't see it, going to order my food and pick up my food. I had my food before he got taken care of. And I'm thinking.
And they were taking 2 of our chairs.
Taking 2 of our chairs.
So by the time we got back, I'm looking like, I don't mean to be rude, but your little medicine bag is in our seat. And then he wasn't sitting in the seat. The little girl sat in it. I was like,
That's because they had him on his feet and he wasn't doing well. He was not doing well at all.
He didn't look like he was doing well. It looked like it was not a good time. Probably was like, yeah, I'm not going to do what he did. I'm going to be sitting over here.
Worst thing ever is getting injured on vacation. I've done it.
Oh, yes, you have.
Don't recommend it. Don't recommend it at all.
0 out of 10.
What are the highlights of yesterday? The last one was part about the wrestling. We sit there, we eating or waiting to eat or whatever. Riley asked the question of, what happens if they fall out of the ring?
And in quick fashion, you answer,
they hit the ground.
And she goes, I was ready for a lot of things. I was
you fall and you hit the ground.
Fall out that ring, you're gonna hit that ground.
That's it. So she fell out because she wasn't expecting an answer. It is what it is. It was a good time. Good time.
Good time.
A lot of eating, so we've been full. I have a list of things I have to get accomplished this vacation. I've only knocked off like 3 of them.
So since you already marked off Jade, I don't think you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. We have had milkshakes every night so far.
I didn't have any milkshakes. I didn't do that.
We, as that me, Riley, and Daddy. I think next time I'm gonna get a milkshake and a scoop of ice cream. That might be a little too much there. We'll see. But
we are gonna get into this here jacuzzi.
Not on camera. Don't worry.
I can give it to you.
No. They can't see your leg. No. We're gonna go to breakfast and then go pool hopping, and then we have a reservation with the steakhouse, JC Steakhouse tonight. That ought to be good. And then I think we're gonna go take the little thing to go see another resort too.
Yeah, we got 2 other resorts we have to go see. That's on my list.
But one of them we're gonna see anyway because we have a Brazilian reservation tomorrow.
So stay tuned. I don't know how long. I can't see this is so far back. I can't see the
It's 29 minutes.
the video type time. So I'm gonna probably drop. I'm gonna try to drop in some other video, little clip I had or whatever in here as well. Don't know if I'm able to do that or not with my editing. We'll see.
Y'all see this one when you back. No pressure.
Other one's ready. I just ain't posted it. I might post it today.
Anywho,
So if y'all get a video, I mean I posted it after I said I was gonna do this video. Y'all won't know that though when y'all see it. Y'all won't know until y'all watch this video, which may not post until they get to hear there.
this is what happens when you let folks go on vacation. They silly.
Just see. Our next setting for our next video will probably be outside on the terrace.
We want to give you a sneak peek.
No
You
sneak
see
peeks.
the blinds? It's on the other side of that. That's your sneak peek.
Maybe we'll do that one at night when it's a little more cooler. Or in the first thing in the morning when it's a little more like dark. I don't know. We'll see. We'll come up with something. Alright. I'm gonna see if I can pull this up, see if this works this time. Y'all ready?
All right.
Set.
Until next time.
And
Bye. You can't do it.
go.
You can't do it. Nope.
I don't even know how to. I wish I had my other one. This one here is so new. I don't know what I'm doing.
I see stuff moving.
Yeah, it is moving. Oh! Oh! Look at there!
It turned it around.
I don't know how to stop it.
Y'all, this is what happens when you get new gadgets. What is that?